Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm so excited to try out another $1 ShopMissA product. So here I have the AOA Studio Blur-Fection Face Primer in the shade Nude. So this is a pore minimizing, mattifying, says locks in makeup for all day wear, smooth velvety finish. So I love ShopMissA. It's a website where I purchase so many makeup products from, and AOA Studio is the ShopMissA kind of private label brand. And this is cruelty-free, vegan, non-toxic. It's free from parabens, phthalates, sulfates, mineral oil, formaldehydes, and fragrance. So all of that is so awesome. I'm just very intrigued by the fact that this has like a color to it. It only comes in one shade called Nude. They also have a transparent version. And nowhere in the claims does it talk about coverage. And seeing it, it definitely looks dark for me. But I'm just very intrigued to see if it does give any coverage. It does say it's supposed to help even out the skin tone, but I definitely deal with large pores, especially here on my cheeks, on my nose, a little bit in the center of my forehead, a bit on my chin as well. And my skin also has a little bit of like sheen to it today, so we'll really be able to see if this actually minimizes the pores, if it does kind of even out the skin tone for that redness, if it mattifies the skin. So first I'm just gonna go ahead and do what it says, apply it with my fingers. Oh, I thought it was gonna be more balm-like than it is, but it's actually feeling very creamy. That actually just kind of disappeared onto the skin. Like, you don't really see any color, but it really did minimize those pores right here and give a velvety matte finish. Oh my gosh, like there is a dramatic difference in the pores on this side versus this side. You can barely see the pores anymore. Let's go ahead and apply it to my nose. I'm so glad that the color doesn't like look too dark. It barely has any pigment to the color, but maybe just enough to help kind of cover the pores and make them appear even smaller. And I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more, focused right here where the large pores are. And the texture of it definitely doesn't seem like it's going to be mattifying because it's kind of like a thin, creamy feel. But then on the skin, it really does just give like a very soft, matte finish. You know, when I just layered up even more, it didn't add any color to it, but I do feel like it smoothed out the pores even more. Like this looks so smoothing to my pores that this could be a no foundation, throw on quickly type of product because it just completely smoothed out my skin. It seriously is like magic because you can't see any product on my face. It just looks like there's a filter on my cheek that just like removed the pores. It's really blowing me away right now. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it to the rest of my face. Like typically I probably wouldn't need to apply it to the outside of my cheeks here because I don't get too greasy there and I don't really have the pores to cover up. But in the essence of trying this out, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it completely to one half of my face. And let's see what it does for my chin here. But yeah, you can see like it did slightly even out the skin tone as well. Just because you can see my cheek, like that's a lot less redness than this side. So this is seriously the perfect no foundation type of product. Yep, it looks great on my chin. Smooths out those pores. This is seriously like a filter in a product. Like, this is amazing. Like, no one's gonna be able to tell that you're wearing anything on your skin, but it makes your skin look so much better. All right, I'm very excited to see how this is going to look on my forehead because I have a little bit of large pores in the center, and then I have some shininess on my forehead. So let's see what this does. Oh, I'm loving the soft, velvety matte texture that this gives to the skin. And I feel like on my forehead is where I can really compare the color. So it's literally like a line down my forehead without it versus with it. And what I'm seeing is, like I keep saying, a filter. It's soft, it's mattified, and there's just the hint of color. Like, you can't really notice any color difference except for just a little bit more even tone to the skin. This is such a mind-blowing product. I've tried out so many primers on my channel, but I recently tried out a tinted primer that I was really excited about, and it didn't work out well for me. But this $1 primer is one of the most amazing primers I have ever put on my skin. The difference is just incredible. Like, this side of my face, like, I'm the type of person that needs to wear foundation most times that I'm going somewhere and people are going to see my skin. I actually feel comfortable with the way my skin is looking to not even put on foundation because it's covering up the things that I'm self-conscious about that I use foundation to cover up, which is the large pores and just to even out my skin tone. And this did that. So without it, with it. And it's such a small difference, but it makes such a big difference, if you know what I mean. Like, wow. And this is for $1. Like, I am seriously going to stock up on this. My skin's definitely been combination these days. So where it's kind of greasy on my forehead, my chin has been dry, and there's no dryness. It's just all smooth. I think you get it. I feel like I keep going on and on about just how smoothing this looks. And the more I look at it in the mirror, it's bothering me that I am not applying it to the other side of my face because this just looks so good and I want to wear it all over my entire face. But instead, I'm going to apply my foundation, and we're going to see how the foundation looks on top of this as well. So I'm going to apply my e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation. And first I'm gonna apply the foundation to the side of my face without the primer. If you're familiar with my channel, you would realize that this is the foundation that I always use when I review primers because it really shows how my skin is underneath. Yeah, there's no tackiness to this primer. It does have a very soft, smooth feel. Oh, wow. So here on my forehead, what I noticed right away is the difference in sheen. So the side of my forehead with the primer is looking matte. The side without the primer has that kind of greasy sheen. This foundation, it really is amazing how it completely shows how the skin is underneath. Like, I'm not sure how well that shows on camera, but looking here in the mirror, it's a very obvious difference in soft matte, shine. Foundation is blending out really nicely on top of the primer, no issues there. And the whole side of my face is looking that soft matte texture, which I really like. And all right, foundation is applied. And wow, I think you can see this pretty well on camera too. The discoloration, the redness in my cheeks, you can see it a lot more without the primer than the side with the primer. So it looks like I have better coverage on the side with the primer, just because I did have a little bit more of that slight tint, evening out my skin tone. So that helped the foundation have more coverage, it looks like. So I like that my cheeks are looking a lot less red on the side with the primer. And then you can definitely see like the soft matte finish, which I'm very interested to see how this lasts as the day goes on, if it will stay matte. So I'll definitely do the wear test and put in the description down below how this lasts. So then the pore texture, they're looking pretty smooth, especially I feel like the mattified effect to the pores helps them look even smoother. It's not like the most 100% perfect smoothed out pores I've ever seen. And I think that is because it is more, like I was saying, a thinner, creamier formula. It's not like a thick pore filling balm, because the thick pore filling balm type primers I feel like are the ones that really look smoothest under foundation. But this one I feel like really minimizes the look of pores without foundation. But even with foundation on top, the pores are still looking good and smooth. Just I'm being really picky and looking really close in the mirror, and I can see like there's a slight bit of pore texture, but honestly not that anyone would ever notice that. So I think this AOA Studio Blur-Fection face primer is amazing. I absolutely think everyone should try it out. And if you have tried it, you have to let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. But I'm just so excited to find a primer that works so well for me, but then to have it be $1, like, does it get any better than that? Because if I had tried this primer out and my skin looked as amazing as it did, and it was a $20 primer, I would still be like, this is incredible. I need to continue to repurchase it. But now I only need to repurchase this $1 one. And it is what seems kind of like a small amount of product, but a little goes a long way. So I could definitely see this lasting me for at least a few months. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.